Welcome back. We made it. After a bit of darkness, here we are in the light of the comfort of our own living rooms. Well,
This
bedrooms.
is actually
I
my
don't know
office,
where the hell
Chris.
you are.
I'm in my office.
I have
Come
an
on.
office. Thank you.
You have offices in the Los
Yeah.
Angeles area?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's called a roommate moving out, and no one, and us not wanting a third roommate.
Now an office. Yes, we went dark because there is a virus that is causing a lot of trouble, and we are going to kind of safety mode right now as a temporary solution. We're running our games virtually, and so we'll be doing that. I don't really know how long. We'll find out, but we're kind of taking it on a week by week basis. Everybody in the Happy Jacks community so far is safe, and everybody's okay. We just want to keep it that way, so that's why we're doing this. So a little bit of a callback, because the last time we did this, we were playing Great American Witch with some of you. So I'm gonna have to remember what game we're playing. We have a new face here. Well, not a new face, but a new face for this particular group. Mr. Jason Mills is joining us as producer and substitute.
Yay.
I almost said substitute teacher, but then I would see the expression on your face.
I mean, I'm a substitute and a teacher.
But you're not a substitute.
No,
teacher.
I'm not. Yeah.
Is the teacher your playbook? Are you playing the teacher?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Are you the teacher with the character you were slightly telling us about us earlier?
We'll see.
We'll see. It's gonna be sprung on you. Eli will hopefully be back with us soon. He's fine, but we'll need to take some time for the time being. So let's get started and introduce ourselves. I kind of did a half introduction. I'm Christopher Gray. I am the creator of Temples and Tombs, which is the game that we're playing tonight. And that is on the Free League system, Mutant Year Zero. And that is the same system you've seen Kadave run, Tales from the Loop, and I think he's probably run Alien. I don't know. He seems to run this game a lot. That's me. That's the game. Why don't we go with Emily next?
Oh, wow. How did I know that was going to happen? I am Emily St. James. I am playing the character of Libby Scarsdale. She's the journalist. Somehow, so between the last time you saw me and now, I changed my last name, and somehow I made my name more pretentious than Libby's name. So we're going to just be in an escalating arms race now. So Libby's going to change her last name. It's going to be great.
Oh,
Beautiful.
is she scarleting herself?
I don't know. We'll find out.
All right.
Blythe, do you want to take it?
Oh, hello. Hi, I am Blythe Kala, and I am playing Scarlet, the director. No one at all knows her real name, and it's nothing to do with Penny. Yeah, I'm playing the director. I semi-run Nick Fury, this ragtag team. How well I actually do that is questionable at best.
Depends on the day,
I think it depends on how British I am that day.
Joe.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe, and I play Bartholomew Havelock, owner-operator of the Havelock Transatlantic secure passage, booking and travel and logistics company. He needs to shorten he's still finding the name, but he's the ace, he's the pilot, he's the go-to guy when you need to get somewhere safely or deliver the most important things to the farthest corners of the world and make sure it arrives safely.
I mean, as a pilot, he knows that the world doesn't have corners. Just want to check. Okay, Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason. I've been on a couple of Happy Jack shows. It's fun to be subbing back in here, and I'm be using the Genius playbook. I'm playing Dr. E, and we'll learn more about that as at Chris's. I serve at the pleasure of the game master. So
as we all do.
Technically speaking, this game has the director is the name of the role.
I see,
but
yes.
That was taken by Blythe. So I'm just a librarian.
The librarian then. I actually have great respect and give authority to librarians, so that makes sense to me.
Same.
Okay.
And the director does not have much power, so I don't really know what happened here.
Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. It has been a while, so there's probably a lot to recap. I'll take a little bit more time than I normally do on this. We had a session recently, right around the holidays, where we got to introduce our characters as they came into the fold of Eleanor Roosevelt's super secret spy group. I wouldn't call it a spy group. I mean, there are spies in it, but let's call it, world correcting group. And they are they had to rescue a nice old man from the jaws of predators in a hidden valley somewhere in South America. So that man hoed his way to safety, and we had a nice flashback there. But while that was some canon that we were able to feed into the system, we still don't know really what happened after the last cliffhanger of session 2. Yes, folks, it has only been there have only been 3 sessions. So in session 2, there was a dual train and ship heist. And somehow we managed that. I will credit the librarian. I mean the players.
It was all Stanley Levitz. Let's be honest.
It really was, with his shotgun.
Yeah, that's where we met and defeated our big bad villain. Not the conductor.
The
curator.
The curator.
The curator. See, I don't even remember.
It was so amazingly important to the plot.
I
But
made fun of him relentlessly for it.
So the reason we're all here is because there is an artifact called the Eye of Horus, which will allow somebody to be impenetrable, invincible, if you were to carry this eye. And so it is in demand by certain world powers. And we don't know stealthily who they are, really, but we know that there's a lot of interest here and it's being hunted down. So your job was to recover this eye. Well, you recovered the mummy, which had the eye, but the eye is no longer in the mummy. You also recovered this mummy's sarcophagus. And this is a pretty famous mummy. So there are a lot of people that want the mummy back. So the heist was successful, kind of, but you did not find the eye. However, you did get the mummy, and you also got the sarcophagus, and that is with Stanley at the at the bureau in Tripoli. So part of the problem, though, if you recall, is that there was a little boy that you rescued from the museum in Cairo who was under imminent threat. And then you left him behind. I mean, you hit him, however you want to characterize it. So you need to go get him before anything bad happens to him, right? We do, just for, in all seriousness on the table, we do have a line against harming children in this game. So nothing's going to happen to him, don't worry about it. But we do need to get him because the plot says that we have to. So that's really kind of probably top of the list right now. We left with just leaving the goods behind under the protection of a very disgruntled, well, he was an intern. I'm not sure what his title is now. A very disgruntled worker for the newspaper who really wants to quit. So I'm sure everything's fine. I'm sure he's doing a good job protecting that stuff. So we also had to remember that Tripoli, along with a lot of this parts of North Africa, were under control of the Italian military. Yeah, so this is not as easy as, oops, let's just go find our stuff, right? So we have to deal with that. So that's kind of where we left it. Before we go back to our heroes, I want to do another cold open, and Jason, a cold open is usually only at the top of the whole campaign, but it can be in the top of a one shot. This actually allows you as a player to have a lot of narrative control. I'm just going to ask a bunch of leading questions, and you're going to introduce truths with these questions. So we're going to do that with you, so we can introduce you into the world.
Okay, fun.
So it is 1937, and there's a storm over the Atlantic, and there's a small plane that's crossing the Atlantic.
I think you mean the Pacific.
Oh, do I? Okay, scratch that. I was thinking Bermuda Triangle. I think that's why I went there.
Yeah,
but you're right. Okay, so there's a storm over the Pacific. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe she thought she was over the Atlantic.
I see where this is going.
No, it's all a surprise, and you have no idea.
There's lightning. There's thunder. What is it that takes your eyes off of the controls of the plane as you're navigating this storm?
Well, there's this man that had to come along with me as like my navigator, not co-pilot, right? And he's going on and on about something that he's seeing outside the cockpit. I'm like, trust your instruments. You can't see anything out there. Like there's nothing out there, right? Don't get distracted. But mans get distracted sometimes, and it's just really frustrating. But yeah, I like turn around, like just pay attention to your instruments. That like you can't see anything, just do the thing. I think that's what takes my eye off of the focus.
Okay, all right. So as soon as your eyes leave the instruments, you see in front of you an aircraft of some sort. But it's like no other aircraft you've ever seen. What does it look like?
I think it has kind of an oblong. Have you ever seen Flight of the Navigator?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it's that shape, like that swept back lemon that's wider at one end than the other, and kind of round and a little flatter on the bottom. But you know that kind of like wedge. Very smooth edges and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so this aircraft is sort of suspended at your velocity in front of you.
Or just like pacing me.
Yeah, right. But in reverse, because it'd have to be, since it's right in front of you.
Oh, it's going backwards.
Right.
Fuck. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
It's PG-13. We get one more.
Okay. Right. Sorry. I just used one right off the bat.
What maybe the character did. Can we get a description of the character?
Yeah. We have a 40-year-old white woman who is has a like aviator's cap and like furry pilot's jacket. Actually, kind of like what Joe's wearing in real life. It's like cold, and it's obviously, like that they're cold in the cockpit and they're, doing their best to stay warm. But is also pretty clearly a very slight frame. Like she's a slender woman and a fairly, kind of angular jaw, and also has that kind of like transatlantic accent that I can't really do for very long, but if you have to extend it for much time, then you'll hear the extended vowels and and
back off.
Okay.
Stay in your lane.
That's my territory.
I would never, Emily. Yeah, we've got a bit of that, and I think probably her her instinct was she probably has the radio receiver like halfway to like I need to say something, and then like your brain breaks looking at something like this, right? Like you. But yeah, I think that's what we see. I think we could see a little bit of the like sandy blonde hair under the aviator's cap. She's short hair, but looks astonished, not necessarily like terrified, but just like this is not something she's ever seen before.
So what caused the crash?
I think staring at this thing made her not see the like, there were columns of clouds and light. It was a lightning storm ultimately, with the heat of the Pacific and then this cold air front. It was just freak lightning storm, and you would want to steer clear of the columns, and was just staring at this thing and didn't realize how closely they had drifted, and a bolt of lightning struck the thing she was looking at, didn't do anything to it, but enough kind of reflected electricity, like shorted out instruments, and we were just like dead stick trying to land at that point, and just falling out of the sky.
Okay, I think we'll cut there.
Okay.
And we're back in Tripoli, 1938, about a year later. It's December, and some of you may be thinking back on certain activities that happened about what I think it was 4 years prior. That's maybe the memories of that strange adventure with those dinosaurs comes back every Christmas time, and you maybe take a moment just to reflect on what a bizarre moment that was in your life, and how at least the three of you came together. And whatever happened to that cowboy guy? Huh. Anyway, here we are. This is, I believe it was, you were in a car heading back towards the docks where the ship and the painted lady were stored, right? And was it Ham that was driving? I'm trying to remember.
Ham came with the car, so yeah.
Yeah. So Ham is, arms outstretched, talking it up, being very dapper, letting the wind go in his hair, and completely oblivious to the fact that you're on a pretty important mission, but he is driving you to where you need to go. However, he pulls off of the highway to go off into kind of an older part of Tripoli. And this is sort of, some of it is like even Roman era that has been rebuilt. But it's a very, very old part of the city, and the car can't quite fit through some of the narrow alleys, but he's going into a weird area, not going towards the docks.
Ham, where are we going?
Oh, we have, I got a telegraph from the First Lady. I have to go and take you somewhere before you move on to your mission. So we're going to a safe house.
Ellie does understand that this is of the utmost importance, that we can't just like dilly-dally, right?
Well, I have no intention of dilly or dally. I'm just following orders.
Okay.
The car's barely fitting through these old ancient alleyways.
I'm sorry, am I required to be present? I would much rather move on my own if I'm not required.
We all must be here for this. But I trust my girlfriend, pointed look at Libby, with this, and I trust that whatever she's diverting us towards will help us.
I'm happy to be here because I have a hard line against hurting children. I believe that when children are in peril, it should be kept behind a veil, but when they're hurt, it should be a line.
Miss Director, I wish to be very upfront, as I've had a tendency to not be vocal about my true intents and feelings, and so I must take this moment and tell you, I trust you. I don't trust Eleanor.
If you trust me, that is an inherent trust into Eleanor. I trust her with my life.
Then I I hope that trust is placed in the right place.
Ham turns around as he's driving. This should be scripted. Is somebody writing this down?
Hold on, let me take that again. I want a clean line of that.
Oh, I am Ham. I am Ham, darling.
That's
I'm
great. We got to ship it
have
to
all this
Hollywood.
down.
Once more for safety.
Seems to go you're going pretty deep into this area of town.
Very. We will get Anton back.
It's not just Anton I'm concerned with.
Well, of course we'll get the painted lady back.
Who's
I
the
trust
painted?
you.
Who's the? Never mind. None of my business. Here we are, and he pulls up to a hangar, which is kind of like nestled inside of this very deep urban old part of the city. If you were to look at it from above, you would see that it's a hangar. If you look at it from below, it could be just a large building. It doesn't look like a hangar. So it's almost like camouflage inside of this very deep part of Tripoli. It's also off the beaten path. Like you have to know where it is. There's markets around, other buildings, lots of locals, but really nothing else. And he kind of opens the door and said, "All right, I'll wait here. Hopefully it won't take long."
All right. I guess we'll head inside.
Okay. So there's a cut as we go back to oh man, I always forget what the Roosevelt's place is called in New York.
Oh, Sulphur Springs, something like that.
Something like
Saratoga Springs.
that.
Saratoga
Springs. Thank you. So this is where in Saratoga Springs.
Sulphur
And-
Springs is the underground club beneath it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where Eleanor and Scarlet, have alone time.
And Eleanor Roosevelt is bringing tea to Amelia, and our caption says 1938. I wanted to get you to North Africa as quickly as possible.
I understand. I'm willing to serve. There's the fastest way I can think of, certainly, would be direct.
It has to be under the radar. We're going under the budget that I convinced. Well, it's going under a budget that is not well recorded by Congress. And so you need to cease to exist. If you're found, then it's going to blow our entire cover. But we have a major problem here. I have sent some of my most trusted people on a really important mission, but it's a trap.
I see.
So I need you to go and recover them and get them out.
Well, I'm happy to do so. And if you're absolutely certain, to be frank, I didn't care for the amount of media coverage and everything. I mean, it was only worse when we moved to California. I'm done with it. And if you have the opportunity for me to fly off into the sunset, I am more than happy to. I trust your judgment. And if this is where you want me to help out, you know how I feel about that.
They have a plane and a very good pilot who I trust very much.
Oh, good. Okay.
But this plane isn't just any plane. This plane needs to be protected at all costs, even more so than the pilot.
Do we have some opportunities to make modifications to it, perhaps?
No, you will not be touching this plane.
Oh, that's too bad.
But I do need you to get them out. I need your smarts, your intellect, and your knowledge about the world to get them out of there. And you're the only one I trust. I know we've had a long history. I hope you can put that behind you.
Thank you. I am flattered and I accept. I will do everything I can.
Okay. Very good.
The secret lesbian cabal that runs the world.
Yeah, long history? Should Scarlet be be jealous?
Probably. I mean, I would be. I'm not telling you how to feel.
Scarlet might be jealous. Her best friend and girlfriend already ran off together. Also, redheads. Everyone has a type.
Okay, so that cut, and then as you enter the hangar, there is a single person standing in the middle of the empty hangar. The reason it's empty, by the way, Amelia, was because this is where they dropped you off on one of the secret mission. They had a secret military mission. They dropped you off and went off. So there used to be a plane in here, but right now it's just you. And there really isn't a place to sit. So while for you it may have been an uncomfortable standing, when they enter, it might look a little dramatic.
Okay.
Because there's a single person standing in the middle of this large hangar.
Do I recognize her? Or have I heard? Do we recognize her?
I mean, she was very media famous up until a year ago.
Oh,
Yeah. But
I've interviewed you.
This is Amelia Earhart standing alone in Tel Aviv. Sorry, Tripoli. I'm getting my T names mixed up.
my question is, does Scarlet know things?
That I think you might need a roll for that because there's some super secret shit going on. We haven't gotten to the alien.
What would I roll for it? What would I roll?
That's a good question.
Chris,
What
if it's
game are we
okay,
playing?
I'd like to add, that Amelia's in this, sort of aviator, the standard adventurer's pants, boots and coat, but it has a like a sidearm holster that's like glowing blue a little bit.
Right.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
So it's like has a flap covered over it, but there's a little like blue light coming out of the holster.
It's an iPhone.
Yep. That's the big reveal.
You're gonna roll. I was gonna say lore, but I think this is savvy. How much were you able to pull out of her in the past?
Okay, well.
So
it's
wit
the
plus
same
savvy. Oh.
For me, so it's not great. Also, wait. Okay, so you scanned these from last time, but because that was a previous thing, do I need to be counting the luck tracker that's on here?
No, because you've had time to rest.
After a few years, I hope so.
That's 4 years ago.
I did not get a 6. I'm gonna push my luck.
Oh.
Yes.
I want to know this.
Love to see it.
So while you're pushing your luck, I'm going to explain, since Jason's new to the system. When you push your luck, you can add a luck die to the pool, but you have to mark luck. And now that luck die is going to be in your pool until you run out of luck.
Oh.
And if you roll a 1, you run out of luck.
Okay.
On the luck die.
Okay. Cool.
And you don't want ones on a luck die.
Got it.
Yeah. How much am I allowed to push my luck?
Really only once, unless you can find a clever way to work around it. Like, is there another way to do it? Like, maybe you could even ask, Libby, do you remember anything or something? Like, if you like bring somebody else in, maybe you could roll.
Barry's going to turn towards Scarlet and just say, "I'm sorry, Miss Director, I must be excused from this mission. It appears that I am hallucinating."
Barry, you have to get used to this by now. Surely. We have we have Deinonychuses that are velociraptors to the common public.
Before me, I believe, stands the epitome of transatlantic flight and adventuring, and the creed of being a pilot. And I followed her career ever since I was a youth. And she's dead. She vanished.
Barry, we're dead to the world.
I'm not.
I wasn't.
Do you mean
I was
to
talking
say,
to Barry.
I'm listening, though. I'm always listening.
Do you mean to say, Miss?
We don't exist.
Miss Amelia, she is in Eleanor's service.
Yes. Clearly.
And I am not hallucinating.
No.
And
Is
I
this
wish to
close enough
rescind
for
my
me to
request
hear,
to
are you all sort of like?
I'm saying this very loudly.
This is
Well,
this is
I
so
think the point of view is like from Amelia's point of view, it's like the three of them standing at the end of the hangar talking to each other in very hushed tones, except for what Barry is saying,
yeah.
Sure.
Like-
which is carrying, right?
Scarlet is gently approaching him, so she's not being very loud, but Barry is being very loud.
All right. I think I'm just gonna stride across to Barry, who seems like he's having a moment, and just like stick my hand out for a handshake.
I'm going to intercept that handshake.
Perfect. Thank you.
Ms. Earhart, Libby Scarsdale, Bergen County Record. Now, when we last talked, I was at the Huntington County Democrat, so you might have remembered me from there, but now I'm at the Bergen County Record, much better paper. Let's do a quick interview. You're on the record right now. Are you still alive?
I am, in fact, not on the record because you are not able to interview the deceased.
Thank you so much for not doing the transatlantic accent anymore. You were very bad at it.
It was
No.
knocked right out of me.
Don't listen to her. She does this all the time. She can't report on anything we do. She tries,
Well.
she can't do it.
Miss Scarsdale, I do remember, and I recall you being very good at your job. So it's nice to see you again.
Thank
That's
you.
what she wants you to think.
All right, I have to write down names here. And then, but what's Barry's whole name?
Bartholomew Havelock,
Have
owner operator of the transatlantic Havelock Transatlantic Secure Passage and Transport Company.
And Blythe, what was your?
Just Scarlet, the
Scarlet,
director.
okay.
It's just
So Amelia shakes Miss Scarsdale's hand and then turns to Barry and says, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Havelock of Havelock's Transatlantic Transport and etc.
Yeah, and etc. Yes. Yes.
Well, I understand you are one of the finest pilots in Eleanor's service right now, and I take her opinion very highly. So, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Barry undoes his right glove and extends a hand, and he's gonna try to have a firm, not shaky handshake and not be clammy. Can I roll for that?
Can you roll to see if your hands are clammy, or do you want
yes.
to not them be? No,
I want them to not be clammy.
Okay.
Maybe is that style?
But yeah,
Maybe-
style and sway.
Oh God. So okay.
How are those knees feeling? You standing okay?
They're buckling. I've got 1-6, so I think I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Maybe the hand is cold, no circulation, but it's not clammy.
Right. You're right. All the blood is just not where it needs to be right now. So, but I managed to not have a flimsy handshake, and that's a big win in Barry's book right now, to be shaking hands with his hero.
Ms. Earhart, Libby Scarsdale, Bergen County Record. How well do you know Eleanor Roosevelt? Are you just professional colleagues? Are you personal friends? Are you more than personal friends?
Well, first of all, Miss Scarlet, I presume.
yes, hello.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I've heard only good things. And again, Eleanor's opinion I hold in very high regard. So,
As do I. And she reaches out to shake the hand.
it's a pleasure. Now, Miss Scarsdale, I do have to discourage you. It's better if we refer to me as either Amy or Dr. E. Is going to be safer, I think, for everyone. Because certain Miss Earhart is no longer available for comment.
Ms. Earhart, Libby Scarsdale, Bergen County Record. I think what we should do is we should make a card and we should put an X on it. And every time I say the wrong name, you should hit that card so that I make sure I don't.
I suppose that might work.
That would work. I am also a little curious to her earlier question, though. Libby, would you kindly repeat it?
Yes, Dr. E, wink. Libby Scarsdale, Bergen County Record. Now, how well do you know Miss Eleanor Roosevelt? Are you just professional colleagues? Are you personal friends? Are you more than personal friends? I think a lot of us here would like to hear the answer to this question. The public is waiting.
Well, she and I have been personal friends for nearly a decade.
I see.
She's followed my career, and I was also interested in hers, and we've spent quite a bit of time together. I've supported her campaign. I mean, her husband's campaign, and am generally a fan. I'm a fan of hers, and I've appreciated the support she's given my career. Many people think of me primarily as a pilot, but really I'm a scientist before anything else. And piloting was a means to an end. And so also, Mr. Havelock, I hope you understand, I'm not here to steal any of your thunder, as it were.
I would never. It would actually be an honor to have you. I'm sorry. You may purport yourself in whatever manner is most comfortable to you. I wish only to provide you security and safety of passage.
Thank you.
Well, I think we best be getting to the docks. Down to you. Turns to Libby and Barry.
Yes, there is a quite urgent matter I believe we should turn our attention to immediately. We are mid-mission.
Yes, we have to rescue a plane and a child.
Yes,
Chris, was I given any information to come in and assist with?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, you would have given an exit plan. So the exit strategy is to go. Exit strategy. The plan is to go to get the Painted Lady, which Eleanor is assuming they have somewhere, and then get the hell out of North Africa and the Mediterranean. And so you're going to rendezvous back in London, and then get back to the United States because there's apparently something that's gone really wrong with the mission that she didn't disclose what that was.
Okay. So, well, I understand if we're off to the docks, then that's very well. I'm here to make sure you have the updated extraction data and to assist in whatever way that I can. I understand there may be some highly technical details that I might be able to assist with.
What exactly is the updated plan?
Well, I understand there's an airstrip that we're meant to use, and just a couple of small details that the original may have been out of character. The original may have been compromised. So, out of an abundance of caution, I've been.
So
sent.
we have new extraction information.
But we still need to retrieve the Pink Lady and escape.
The Painted Lady.
I'm sorry?
The Painted Lady.
Oh, the Painted Lady. I'm sorry.
The Pink Lady was destroyed on a fire.
Oh, well then, that must be the case.
So we are.
What, Chris? Which one do I know? Maybe I misheard something.
It is.
Oh, it's the Painted Lady.
The
Yeah.
Painted Lady. Oh, okay. I just misheard out of character.
It's a horrible accident. We
I
don't
see.
talk about it.
I see.
Oh, thank you not to mention it again.
that's my mistake. I apologize.
This
Now,
is how the chaos has ensued.
Barry, you should get an orange plane and name it Lady Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade. Marmalade.
Oh.
Lady Marmalade. Yes, I shall write that down. Thank you very much. May I offer you a comment card? I would rate your feedback as highly effective. 5 stars for
Yes.
Miss Libby. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All right. I guess we must get the Painted Lady, and then it sounds like get the heck out of here. Am I to understand you, Miss Amy? E?
Yes. Yeah. We retrieve the Painted Lady and escape to an airstrip outside London, and that should just about cover it.
Nowhere in that description is there a sarcophagus or a mummy to bring back with you. This is extremely different than your mission. So it's almost like it sounds like the mission is canceled or something, aborted. Who knows? But
You don't want. We have Because we have a sarcophagus.
Yeah, you have and a mummy.
We have. So let me get this straight. She doesn't want the sarcophagus or the mummy?
And this is when they are talking way outside your pay grade. You're like, what?
They weren't mentioned. If that's off mission, probably. Well, I mean, it might be something she's interested in, but is the painted lady capable of ferrying all of us and that?
She's carried 2 dinosaurs before. She can carry anything.
Well, dinosaurs come in all shapes and sizes, don't they?
They were massive,
I
like
see.
8 feet tall.
Well,
Rideable.
And I was glad to have those snakes off my plane.
yes.
So,
Strictly
Yes.
speaking, that was the Zeppelin, but you can go with that fiction if you want.
It's not a snappy.
I imagine they've, I don't know, now I'm like, shit, they should have been on there at some point. All right. Yeah, no, we can carry it. I just want to know if we need to.
It didn't come up in my briefing. So,
We should bring it. We don't want it falling into the wrong hands. You know I'm right about this, Scarlet.
No, I am not ready to abandon it. There's no need to. We saw what, well, we've seen what happens. And we've seen you have to reread that scripture a couple of times to, undo it. So I think they need to come. But
So, Amy, it would be a violation of the orders you have in hand, but you're not a military person, so this is up to you on how you proceed. Not how they proceed, but how you proceed. They're going to do what they
violation
do.
of my orders to bring the sarcophagus?
Yeah, to do anything but get them out to
Okay.
London. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. What is it about that you feel obliged to report to Mrs. Roosevelt about?
You have not been briefed about our mission.
Not
You-
that part of it. My
You-
primary concern is extracting all of you to safety with the painted lady that you may then be debriefed.
Dr.
You-
Dr. E, Libby Scarsdale, Bergen County Record. I know how to raise the dead. That's a very important thing that you should know.
Well, that would have been useful to me some time ago, but
oh, you did.
I am not.
Okay.
Did I bring you back? Is that what I did? Oh my God, my readers would love to hear about this.
I'm not sure that's exactly what happened, but do you intend to revive the deceased?
No, we just know how to do it now. So the mummy, well, I don't know how much I should say. The mummy is important, and the sarcophagus is important, and they were not where they should be, and something is missing from that mummy that should not be missing from that mummy, and Libby knows how to raise the dead, and also unraise the dead if she absolutely needs to.
Well, I've managed to unraise a few myself, but
What, were they living dead or just living?
I mean, they were living when we started and then they weren't.
Exactly.
So, I suppose it's not really the same thing.
No, it's not. So I think we'll be taking these with us as needed. Also, did you just, I'm sorry, did you almost call her Eleanor and not just Miss
Well,
Roosevelt?
No, I almost called her Elle, which was but just much too familiar, obviously, for this situation. I apologize for the breach in protocol. That's inappropriate.
Elle, really? You're Elle.
Well, I mentioned we've known each other for quite some time.
Amy, Libby Scarsdale, Bergen County Record.
Sorry, it's out of
Is-
character. I love that every time.
Is Elle your pet name for our first lady, Eleanor Roosevelt? Do you two have a pet name for each other? How do you know each other? Did you meet at, say, an all-girls boarding school?
No, we didn't know each other at school. Only 10 years ago or so. But as I said, we've both been supportive of the we believe in it advancing the rights, the amendment. I can't believe I just forgot this. The whole like women's rights amendment that they were working on had a name.
The Equal Rights
Suffrage movement.
No, I think it was the Equal Rights Amendment. Actually, yeah, I think that was it. Like, yeah, but you know, we have very compatible views and similar energies to pursue our goals. And
Compatible views.
Similar energy.
I admire her greatly, and I know that she's fond of me as well.
Scarlet, this is all very interesting, don't you think?
It's very interesting. I think we should get moving now.
Okay, now I will just add one more time. I respect that your expertise, the three of you, suggests that this sarcophagus needs to come with us. My only concern is that I wasn't told about it, and my one priority is to extract all of you to safety and provide whatever assistance I can with that. Now.
Yes. Well, I guess Ellie just trusts me with more information.
Listen. If I may huddle with Barry and Scarlet real quickly. Thank you. Can I call you Dr. Ear? I'm going to start calling you Dr. Ear. How does that sound?
I guess I don't really object.
Scarlet, Barry, let's just get Stanley to take the sarcophagus back via other means.
And the mummy. You have Seti the
sarcophagus and the mummy.
Is the mummy not in the sarcophagus?
No.
Oh,
long story.
Oh, I
in a crate.
The setting.
Yeah, there's a long story about that.
We'll book our good friend Stanley passage on the Queen Mary, and then perhaps he can bring the sarcophagus and the mummy across the ocean. He'll be fine. He can handle himself.
My question is, will he do it? Because, you know, he's trying to quit.
You switch accents when you're flustered. Something's got you. Something's got you flustered right now. Interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, please understand, I'm not here to undermine your command structure. And she's like trying to figure out like who's in charge.
That I am the one in charge here.
Well, Dr. Ear, Barry and his mothers are talking. Please pipe down.
I listen. If Stanley will do it, I agree to it. But I know that he's been like talking about getting a job at some grocery store.
I can talk Stanley into things, Scarlet. You know I can. And he's technically still an employee of the Bergen County Record. He has to listen to me.
He's talking about moving to California and he'll meet our good friend, Mr. Wayne. So I don't know what he's talking about. But as long as you can get him to get the sarcophagus and Seti I to safety.
He's just over at the Bureau. I'll just, I'll give him a call once we've got little Anton rescued.
All right. I can get Ham to deliver it to Stanley, most likely.
Okay. Barry, would you like an ice cream?
Barry's been oddly silent through this, and he's got a very concerned look on his face.
Listen, if Eleanor didn't tell Dr. E here about the sarcophagus, there's a reason, and I still trust that we need these things under our watch.
Miss Director, in all of the years of service and all of our missions, Eleanor has never made specific mention of the Painted Lady. Has something changed?
He's right.
Why are we abandoning our mission?
Why are we? How much would I actually? Can I roll to see how much I would actually know about the Painted Lady?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, it's and again, it's the same role because it's how much did Eleanor tell you based on how savvy you were, right?
I know it's important, but do I know why?
So yeah, wit and savvy.
All right.
And I suppose, Chris, on a different front, would I have been briefed on any particular information about the
I
painted
am
lady.
pushing my luck
Uh,
again.
Yeah, why don't you
Good
roll
for
the
you.
same? Because it depends on how much you were able to get out of her. She is obviously doing a need to know sort of situation here,
Yeah, but
and you don't know why.
Amelia
But you
is
do.
curious.
The both of you know Eleanor enough to know that she's not doing it out of malice. There's
Yeah.
some reason for your protection. She's withholding certain information.
And what was the
Um,
roll again?
Wit and savvy. So roll that many number of die, and then you're looking for a 6.
I got a 6 on
All
the
right.
luck dice.
Oh, hey,
Ooh.
so it is lucky.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I got one.
You got one too. Okay, so asking about the painted lady for on both fronts, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What would I know? Would I know enough of why the painted lady is important?
Yeah, the painted lady is actually an artifact that was recovered from earlier missions, and it is has been known since 1919 when was first recovered during the First War. It was covered on the Eastern Theater, so somewhere around Greece, up in the mountains. And it has changed forms, like physical forms over the course of like how many years is that? 15 years or more. And this latest form has only been in effect for like 8 years. But there's something weird and magical and artifacty about this thing.
Okay, so I would know that it is like
Yeah,
physically changed construction.
right.
Okay.
Right. And that's why she said no modifications. But that's also why she sent you, because you could understand, even with the weirdness of it, how to operate it, how to fix it, how to do whatever you need to do or understand it. But this is not new knowledge.
Okay, so
Like
this is something
Scarlet's known this all along.
turns to Barry and it's like, the painted lady is very special. Very, what accent am I doing? Is very special and very important to a lot of things, and we need to get her back.
And what do you intend to do once you possess her?
Continue to let her be in your possession as we have. There's a reason she's chosen you. We don't. There's a reason your family has her. She's still yours. We just need to know she's safe.
Then I need you to promise that you'll see that that will remain the case. The painted lady means more to me than you will ever know, for reasons I cannot now disclose. I'm
Alright.
trusting you.
I do have one correction. Apologies. It was a Zeppelin 4 years ago.
Do
It was
I
the
know
one.
that?
That was the one. Yeah, it was the one you used to get to South America.
I
Does
had to
Barry
step
know
away
that?
1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure. Barry, no.
Okay. So I'm not going to let you in on that. But Barry, the painted lady will stay safe. And safer than you ever know. That much I can promise you.
I will hold you to that promise. I think this is the first time Barry is sounding a little bit intimidating in his demeanor. I think he's letting on that he's willing to get bloody over this. Not menacing, but like this is a side of Barry I don't think anybody's seen yet.
Scarlet, I feel like this is where Scarlet can tell. And that's why she's like,
Yeah.
Kid gloves. Put them on.
it's going to be fine.
Very well.
Especially because I know it's already changed form and you don't.
Barry,
So,
I can see how much this plane means to you. I'll ask the Oracle for some advice about it the next time I see her.
oh, here we go about the Oracle again.
I would welcome any advice from the Oracle.
Thank you.
Well, that Oracle keeps saying some nonsense.
does she now?
Clearly, I'm very happy. Even if
So
I
am
don't
I.
entirely know what her relationship with. It's fine. It's fine. Do we look alike? Like Scarlet has like the hot, bright red hair, but I know Amelia Earhart canonically is a redhead.
You do
Eleanor
look-
might have a type.
You do look very similar. And allow me to say, I find you a much more impressive individual than Dr. Ear. You've done more, and you've done it out of the limelight. You've got this, kid. I promise.
Thank you. All right. And then she kind of turns back to Amelia and is like, so I guess we have a plane to catch.
So your plan is to get Stanley to take Seti I, perhaps the most important mummy in history, that has been revived into life through dark magic,
We revived him.
and yes, using the same dark magic that was scrawled on the pyramid texts, that is being chased down by secret organizations all over the world that want to be that use Set to revive Set on Earth. And you're going to let Stanley. That's what the plan is. You're going to give that to Stanley. I just want to make clear I understand what's going on.
You know what? I get one piece of equipment every session,
Yes, you do.
and I'm going to burn my piece of equipment on the Bergen County Records extremely amazing, wonderful yacht, which is captained at all times, has a full crew of completely trustworthy Bergen County Record figures, security, the works. And if we can convince Stanley, he's going to take the sarcophagus and the mummy on the Bergen County Record. I need a good name for a yacht. The Bergen County Record Montbank.
All right. Well, hold that burn, because the fiction might skip over that. We'll see. Maybe we can do it. Maybe we can't. We'll see. So hold it. Because I need to know what happens next. Are you leaving together, or do you need to hash more out in this hangar, which seems to be a safe place?
I thought you were gonna burn it on Stanley. As
I would never do that to poor Stanley. Stanley and I are good friends. He does things for me because we're good friends.
All right. So we'll take care of Seti I, who is in the car, and we'll take care of the sarcophagus. But you, Miss Amy, Dr. E, will you be helping us retrieve the Painted Lady?
That is my primary mission, yes.
And how much do you know about the Painted Lady? And Scarlet kind of pulls Dr. E aside.
Well, I understand that it's unique as a machine, and it deserves to be protected and recovered. Certainly doesn't. We don't want it in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
So.
No, we don't.
Chris, would I know that it was ostensibly Barry's airplane? Like, is that communicated to me?
Yeah, it's been passed down through his it was 2 generations, right, Joe? Yeah, it's been passed down through 2 generations.
Right. So I think she also would have referred to it as Mr. Havelock's plane. Deserves to be recovered. Like it's important, but also does mention that it's his.
Scarlet was just trying to see if you knew more about it.
I don't know. I mean, Amelia's holding stuff back, so I don't know if there's a role for that or what.
Yeah, there's a fun stalemate here of like who's gonna.
There is a role.
Spy
to see.
chicken.
You can use your style and sway to try to get more information out of Amy.
Well, I have trick, not sway.
Oh, so you have to trick her into saying something.
So, you know who has really good sway is journalists try to have good sway. So if you wanted to perhaps persuade your old friend Libby Scarsdale.
But the issue is that you don't know what I know, but Scarlet knows what she knows.
Listen, you could, I'm confident you could make this work.
Scarlet kind of looks at Libby and kind of goes,
Yeah.
I need your
Just so you know how this sort of thing works is that, Jason, you'll be incentivized with the hero die to allow yourself to be tricked, but you don't have to be.
I see.
You don't want
Libby, Libby, I
Yeah.
could use your style for a second.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so you know that the painted lady is important and all that.
Of course.
I
Yes.
was just curious if Dr. E here understood the importance, the real importance of said plane.
I see.
Which
Well,
would basically confirm to Scarlet what your relationship with
Oh, I
Ellie
see. There's a
is.
motivation here.
So what you really want to know
Pillow talk.
is the Amelia Eleanor status,
Yes.
not how much Amelia knows about the airplane.
No. I mean, she does not care. She just cares that Ellie is telling other people things. Other
So
cute
that's what you
redheads.
would that's what you would be revealing on the trick then.
I love anyone who tuned into this game and was like, yeah, this is like an Indiana Jones pulp adventure thing. And instead it's just, we just keep adding lesbians and they're just all in love with each other.
I mean, have you met lesbians?
There's
I mean,
there's
yeah.
a pretty good record of Amelia's polyamory as well.
Well, there we go.
Depending
This
on
is
how you want to
happening.
read her letters, but
Scarlet is less on that train. So
Okay,
Okay,
so
so yeah, if it is a style and trick.
okay. Is
Well, is it?
Is
is-
Libby helping me with her sway?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
yeah,
Is Libby
I'll help-
doing the
I'll help
tricking,
with-
or
I'll
are
help with, I will help with my sway. I'm basically going to just start asking just a barrage of questions, but I think that it is primarily Scarlet's role.
yeah,
Because,
it's Scarlet, because Scarlet's using this to read
Mm-hmm.
Amy. Okay, so yeah, so Scarlet, you're rolling, and you can get a hero die on that pool. So,
now, Chris, if I have a low style, does that mean I am likely to be flapped? I'm less unflappable?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not related to wit at all, right?
No. Wit is how clever you are.
Okay.
Fuck.
Well.
You're not rolling well.
I got
That was
a
our
six.
second one.
I got a 6.
Oh, you did. Okay.
But I also got a 1 on the luck dice.
Oh, okay. All right. So
And
there's so you'll need to take a catch. So which catch do you want to take?
I'm
then we can-
definitely emotional.
Oh, okay. So it's all right. So you're just are you there like clenched like this and tapping your foot too much?
Yeah, I'm a little suspicious and annoyed, and because of my Libby betrayal, I am not trustworthy of this situation. I feel like Ellie is betraying me right now.
wow, it all comes back to Libby Scottsdale.
It
That really
does.
is the truth.
so the way the way this pans out then is Jason, you can get a hero die if you let on about the truth of your relationship with Eleanor. However, as a result of the catch, Scarlet has let on about her relationship with Eleanor.
Okay. Okay.
So or you just don't get it, and you don't reveal anything, and you don't notice.
No, I think I want to go ahead with that. That's
Okay.
particularly because I've got I put a 2 in style because I watched some interviews with Amelia Earhart and she's not well spoken. Like they're very awkward and halting, and they were trying to coach her through some interview stuff. Like, oh boy, this is rough.
All right, cool. So that means you'll get a hero die that you can use on the next roll, whatever your next roll is.
And I think what Amelia lets on is that they did have a thing, her and Eleanor, and that's like, I don't know if she's specific about that it's not anymore, but certainly like there was a thing. And then it would be relatively cavalier. Like if Eleanor's seeing someone new now, that's like, Amelia's like, that there's enough love to go right, like whatever. Like, so her cavalierness about that could be upsetting as well. I don't know, but
Yeah, Scarlet got betrayed by her first love. she's very insecure.
Depending on how one wanted to add up all the time, it would have been some time ago that that her and Eleanor were a thing or had a thing. But, you know, I don't know how long Scarlet's been working with Eleanor.
Wow.
A while.
There
They've
may
been
be some
dating a
overlap.
while. Yeah, they've had a relationship for a minute now, so she's like, oh. Okay, we're leaving now.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. We are. Ham, get the car ready.
Hearing this, and also hearing what appears to be Scarlet dropping her accent, Libby sort of approaches and takes her by the elbow. There, she's very careful to never touch Scarlet, but it's just touches her elbow slightly. It's like, Penny, for your thoughts.
Penny, really? That's a choice of words.
You're letting this woman get in your head. Don't let her get in your head. You're fine. Eleanor loves you. I've seen how she looks at you. You're fine.
I don't know. It's not like the first time someone's we should get out of here.
You're very lovable, Scarlet. I promise.
Am I?
We will see about that. Okay, so you step out. Ham is probably bleeding to death in the front seat of the car as he has been shot. Roll initiative.
Wait, what?
So roll quick plus.
We were in a
stunt.
Wait, hold on. I
We
want
were
to
in a
finish our
hangar.
conversations. I want to finish more conversations.
Chris, why? I cannot believe that you would put us in an action sequence in our lesbian love pentagon game.
I'm just delivering what is happening. What you do with that, entirely up to you.
Okay, I do need to connect the dots, though. We were talking in the hangar, and now someone's shot in the car.
You left the hangar, and then the car that was parked out front, which you didn't know there was a car parked out front necessarily. But
Okay.
there's the Ham is their guy. He's been shot.
Okay, so a man is shot in the driver's seat, and
Right.
Okay.
Remind me what we're rolling for initiative. Is it
Quick and stunt.
and stunt? Okay.
Yeah.
And if I don't
have
have any
one-
stunt, is there a minus or?
No, you just roll your quick.
Okay.
I got 1-6.
Okay.
For the
I have
record,
1-6.
rolled 10 dice.
Yeah.
Well, that almost couldn't be lower. 3 1s and a 3 puts me at
Okay.
6.
That's 0
Yeah, you
I have
to get-
1-6
have to get a
and
6
1
on
6.
that.
Okay, so
Oh,
everybody.
number of 6s? Okay, yeah, none.
Yeah.
I got
Hard
a
6.
0 as well, but I also am not going to re-roll or add luck because Libby's just not paying attention right now.
Whoa! Well, it is a little surprising.
Oh, shit, I didn't roll my emotional dice.
Oh yeah. You have emotional.
Oh, it gives
dice.
you a plus. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Okay, still only 1-6.
Okay. So, I mean, unfortunately, they have the drop on you, whoever they is. Let me write this down. So we have Libby and Amy are going last.
What is the medical-ish one? Fix. I don't
Fix.
know.
Barry and Scarlet are going second.
Ooh.
Okay. So just to describe once again where you are, you're leaving this hangar. There is this convertible, I don't know what kind of car, probably a Plymouth or something like that in front of you. And Ham is dying or dead in the front from a gunshot. And the moment you register this, there's gunfire coming at you from somewhere up high. Now you're in the middle of this downtown historic district. So these are old buildings, 3 stories or so, and it's a maze of them. There's lots of places they could be, and there's lots of places to go. I mean, you really have 4 or 5 exits immediately from where you are in these small, narrow streets. So this is probably, the gunfire is probably coming from up top. and you're all being shot at. So since they have the jump on you, you'll need to tell me what you want to do. Now, just to recap, you have a short action and a long action that you can do. If you want, you can use your short action to take cover, which means then it's going to be harder to hit you. And you can do that as a reaction to the gunfire. But that means that you can only do a long action on your turn. That's what I would do if I were you. But anything that you can think of that would be a short action as a reaction, you can do that now. Otherwise, you just have to, pray, because it's gunfire. You can't block it.
I mean, does shouting at your teammates count as a short action?
As a short action to a reaction? Sure. In that case, I think it would, because if you have...
Okay, because I'm basically going to go, Libby, I know you fixed up the guy in the museum. We need to fix up Ham now.
Oh, but I was going to dive under the car. Rightio.
Well, you can do that as a long action on your turn, but as a short action, you can dive under the car right now to avoid getting shot.
I'm diving under the car, but I hear what Scarlet's saying, and I accept it as a thing I need to do.
Okay, let's see. Oh, you are all so lucky. All right. Well, so Scarlet, that was your short action, which means you're under fire. So there is one hit already that'll hit you, which means you'll take a catch. So tell me what the catch is.
I mean, yeah, off guard. I've been caught off guard.
All right. So, and remember, as a recap, just because you're hit, this isn't Dungeons and Dragons. Just because you're hit doesn't mean you're got shot. That would be like an out of the scene kind of problem, right? So what this means is that you're off guard, so that you are exposed, and it looks like they are aiming at you. So there's just explosion of tile around you, or I guess it's not tile. I'm sure it's the stone around you, and just as like, you don't look cool. That's probably the biggest problem here. You don't look cool.
Well, and I see it.
Oh yeah, I don't look cool, and my girlfriend's girlfriend is here.
Yeah, you're the director, and you were caught off guard. So that's what's going on. Libby, you get under the car, so the bullets are ricocheting around you. You're safe for the moment. Barry,
are there any other vehicles around?
Dice say yes. There
Okay.
There's one more.
How many tanks?
There's one aircraft carrier. No, there's a
I'll
another.
take it.
There's a small car. There's a small car that is a bit away. It's going to take you about 3 rounds to get there. It's a sedan, so you could fit like 6 people in it probably.
Okay. I'm gonna head straight to that vehicle. I'm gonna make ready an escape getaway.
All right. So that means that you are under fire as well, because you're exposed. So you'll need to take a catch.
Okay.
Which catch?
I am off guard.
Okay. So you two are like, wah!
Yeah, we flinched at the explosion. we
Yeah, this is like not. You are not usually caught unaware like this, out of the blue. You're terrified, but you're going to take a sprint. Now you can. What this will mean is during your turn you can just run, and that'll be like 2 of those 3 will be captured in 1 move, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's what you're doing. Great. Now we have also Amy.
Yeah, so if I were to take cover with my back against the car, the people are shooting over our heads, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
So you could do that as a fast action.
Yeah, I'm going to try to sit down with my back to the car, and then I've got an idea for my long action when it comes back to me.
Yeah. All right, great. So that was the gunfighters, and it seems like the bullets are coming from up high in probably 2 or 3 different locations. But it's really hard to tell when you're in the heat of it. Those of you that are under the car or behind the car can hear Ham on the inside of the car just going, "Oh, that's smarts."
Well, I suppose I'll have to play doctor again.
So Next up is Barry and Scarlet. You two can decide who goes first. You're kind of going at the same time.
Have an idea, but it's stunting and jumping up buildings to get a better vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
That would be so impressive.
I am impressive. Sometimes.
You just have to believe her. I mean, it's true. Might not look that way all the time, but
yeah, so Scarlet is going to jump up climb up a building and get herself up to the roof.
it's kind of like a parkour kind of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ability to do that. The buildings are so close together, you can kind of
yeah.
ratchet your way up. All right, so yeah, that's a stunt. So that's quick and stunt.
Okay, hold on. So far, so good, but let me roll the luck dice. Okay, luck dice don't have any ones, so we're good. 2 6s.
Okay, awesome. So they're shooting at you as you're going, but you're going ahead of the bullets. So the stone is like cracking underneath your feet as you're parkouring up, and you end up. I assume you want to do the 3-point landing on the top. Why don't you tell me how you land at the top of the building?
I mean, yeah, I do the most posy landing I possibly can, and I do a hair flip and everything because I don't know if Amelia's watching. I need her to know.
Well,
I am a total poser.
Yeah.
The hair flip really closes it. That's
yeah. Maybe it goes like slow motion with Amelia, for a moment, and there's sparks. Who knows where this will lead?
Oh yeah, totally. I'm like hair flips, everything moves in slow motion. There's sparkles happening. I am like dressed in a black leather jacket, like black boots. Like I look amazing.
All right, cool. So I think you recover some of your lost ground there, but yeah, you are at a higher vantage point. You can see there are soldiers stationed. These are American soldiers. You can tell from your vantage point, these are American soldiers on the roofs of the building. There are 3 buildings that are staffed with these, and they're wearing they're just wearing full on uniforms. They look like just U.S. Army.
There's nothing off about them.
The fact that they're shooting at you, that's pretty off.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like their uniforms.
It's dark. You really can't tell detail on the uniforms, but it's clear they're clearly American uniforms. I'd have to show a picture of what they look like at the time, but they're pretty obvious.
Well, then I am going.
They've got the helmet,
Well, when it comes around to me again, I'm going to do some attack and question.
Mm-hmm.
And look to see how authentic these uniforms are.
Okay, Barry.
I look the
You're
opposite.
running.
The opposite of Scarlet. It's just the stumbling over stuff, bullets whizzing by. I look a mess, but I'm heading towards that sedan.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, yeah, you gain a lot of ground, but you're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, Livy and Amy, you get to decide who goes first.
Yes, hello. I'm going to get in the car, and I'm going to try to patch up old Mr. Ham here.
Okay. Ham is shot in looks like the upper left quadrant. So this thing could be going towards his heart, but he's alive. Left.
All right.
Heart's on the right. Right. Oh, okay. Upper right quadrant.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's heading towards the heart. It looks
Okay.
really bad.
Yes.
But he's still alive. So you're going to try to fix?
Good. Yes, I'm going to try to fix. Let me roll that.
You're muted.
I'm going to be pressing my luck.
Okay. So that was not a good roll.
All right, I got 2 successes, 1 on the luck die. So I think
Okay.
that counts.
Yeah, that's great. You know, you can't let some random side character with a terrible name that I came up with right in that moment die.
Yes, of course not. I'd never let Stanley die, and this man appears to be Eleanor Roosevelt Stanley.
All right, so yeah, it's a really good success. So you staunch the bleeding. I don't know if you can go far with this if you want, like full on ER, you know, taking something out of your hair to grab the bullet, you know, or what.
You've cured his
Yes.
cancer.
Yes,
That,
I reach down inside the bullet hole, bullet wound. I pull the bullet out. I throw it to the side. I pull out my sewing kit I always carry with me in case my wife Ruth needs something fixed up or mended. I sew together his chest. He looks up at me. I look down at him. The sun is framed against my back. I smile and I say, Ham, you're fixed now. 60 years from now on his deathbed, he'll remember this moment. He'll talk about it with his children. And he'll say, you know, I was saved by Libby Scarsdale at the Bergen County Record. And they'll say, who? And he'll say, Libby Scarsdale, Bergen County Record. And they'll say, oh, yes, didn't she have a future in the pictures? And yes, she did, folks. Yes, she did.
I mean, it was one success, but we'll allow it. Oh, two. I'm sorry. Forgive me. So we have. I'm trying to adjust my mic. Something went wrong. All right. So we have. He's definitely stable. He's not going to be able to drive though. He's in pretty poor condition. We have also Amy. Amy, you are. Oh, I see what's going on. My boom is actually falling. Why don't you tell me what you're doing, Amy? I'm going to fix my microphone.
Sure. So my plan, I don't know if this counts as a long action or not, but I figured from this vantage point, I could see the angle that the bullets are hitting at and be able to calculate a direction behind me. And what I'd like to do is draw my weapon and set it to like a blinding, like, you know, the green lasers that people get in trouble for shining at airplanes?
Yeah.
So
they're really
it's
bad
not
ones,
like injuring, but I want to like ricochet it off the window here back to where the angle of where the soldiers must be, and just kind of paint that over, you know, hopefully catch some of them in the face. And
Yeah, slow down a bit. What are you talking about exactly? Shining lasers. What is
right.
this?
Well, I'm going to draw my sidearm, which was glowing in the holster. And it actually looks strangely plain. It looks like the long, you know, the barrel of it looks like an I-beam or a girder. Does everyone know, you know, like what you would build a skyrise out of? And then there's kind of a rudimentary handle that doesn't really look like it's the best fit for her hand, but there's some things you can like move your thumb across and the light changes a little bit, and it's like, so there's an I-beam with all these little like pencil-sized holes in it, and so she kind of like runs her thumb along some of that as she's looking at the angle of this, and then like just grips it differently, and a beam of light shoots out.
Weird. It's like some weird alien technology.
Ray guns.
All right. So the effect of that would be to blind the soldiers.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and do a shoot, which is, I guess, quick and shoot.
Okay.
And use your hero die. You can only use it once. You have to use
Okay.
it on your next roll. So this is it.
Is there a quick musical stinger of the Flash Gordon theme song?
That's up to Jason.
2 6s.
Okay. Excellent. So from the vantage point at the top, Scarlet, you can see this green light come up, and the soldiers all are just thrown back. They're not thrown back by force. They're thrown back because, you know, they're covering their eyes.
Flinching away.
They're flinching. Some of them even drop their rifles. You don't really know what this device is, but you can tell that it's Amelia that's using it. It looks like
From my position behind the car of like
right
bouncing it
Since
off.
you're high up, you can tell.
Yep.
Yeah, you know that Franklin met with aliens in 19 something. So this probably you draw the connection.
Gun.
Okay, cool. So we're back at the top, but the bad guys, well, I guess they're Americans. I mean, the bad guys,
I mean,
Accurate.
they
yeah.
can't
Little column A, little column B.
they can't see, so they're not shooting at you. That's that they're trying to recover themselves. Some of them are putting on goggles, and they're just some of them are rubbing their eyes. Some of them are ducking, but none of them are shooting at this point. So you have a moment's respite.
I mean, if that's the case, I'm gonna immediately go. I'm gonna run and jump across the building, do a barrel roll, and do one of those like thigh move takedowns and take down the soldier closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then start questioning him.
All right, your favorite role, quick and stunt. It's like she does this because those are her highest rolls, so everything has to be a very dramatic stunt.
Yes. I mean, it's also very in character. Like this poor girl. Okay, and then fuck.
Oh no,
That's
Okay.
3 though.
we're getting into rated R territory.
So I got a 6 on a luck dice.
Uh-huh.
I also got a 1 on a luck dice.
Okay, sweet.
So I got a success. I just also
All right, well you can clear your luck track, and you also take a condition. I'm sorry, a catch.
yep. So no more luck. And then I'm already off guard. I'm already emotional.
This is a bad day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm not overwhelmed. Like I'm not. I don't think that applies here.
Yeah, flip
But-
script means that while you're successful, the table will be turned on you.
Yeah, flip script is probably the best one here because in a lot of ways too, I am a little shocked that because if they are Americans, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
This just means I have no more additional dice.
Okay, so we'll go flip script. So yeah, you do the amazing jump. You said it was a flip jump, right?
Yeah, I do like
From building to building.
I run and jump across the building. I do a flip. I do
Yeah.
like a roll when I land, and then I immediately come up and attack this dude.
Yeah, so you look like Trinity for a second.
Yeah.
We can do like the stop
Yeah.
and just make sure we see that you look like Trinity, and then
Or-
complete the.
Like the new Black Widow gal.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah. She did a great job, I thought.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of that vibe coming on this one. So yeah, you nailed the soldier, and it's like, he's just some 20-year-old whoever, not prepared for this at all.
Hey, I'm not looking to kill him this time.
No, just you shatter his nose, probably, right?
I like knock him over.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that I do the thigh thing that Black Widow does, where she like wraps around him and takes him down.
Oh, right. Yeah, you don't see the figure that was standing or really crouching further along on this building top, and so when you bring him down in between your thighs, this figure comes up on the ground from the ground, and he has a pistol pointed at you. As the light reveals from beneath the streets below his face, some of it, this green light coming from the lasers, so it's a little bit menacing, is the tall stature of Colonel Frank Warden.
I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust him.
Stand down, soldier, he says in his calm voice. But we'll have to get back to that because that was your long action and the outcome of your flip script. Who was next on this one? Joe. So Barry, you can reach the car and also do something because it's you've closed so much distance.
Okay. I want to rig all the doors so that I can drive very quickly back to where people are, fishtail the car in such a way that the doors all flip open on the other side so that they're not having to escape cover. And
That's
they
so
just
cool.
go into the car.
Yeah, that's why we brought Barry. Awesome.
Is that that's probably a stunt.
Yeah, I think you'll need a roll for that because
can I roll drive instead
yes,
for that?
Okay. You can because it is going to take masterful driving. Stunt really is about physical stuff, body stuff. I mean,
yeah. Okay, hold on. I need like a bajillion dice for this because this is what Barry does. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I have 4 6s out of my 10 dice.
I'm not sure that's enough. I'm kidding. That was a good delivery though, right? Did you believe me?
My heart dropped a little bit, just a little.
Takes you back around to 0.
Yeah, it happens just as described. And like Libby, you can see, like you can just step into another car and you got to get away. So it's right there. In fact, Amy, you two could just step into the car and make a getaway.
I'm bringing Ham with me.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
Yeah, that'll be a long action. So you haul him over. He's he's unconscious, but not in a bad way. Like he's stable, but in a lot of pain. So the body's shut down a bit. He's probably in shock, which means he's not stable. But anyway, you did the best you could.
On 4 6s, do I bank 3 hero dice on that?
Oh, wait, I forgot about that important mechanic.
Is that
you get hero die on every additional success?
Oh,
nice.
Right.
Do I have one left over from my laser bounce then?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then you just have to use it on your next roll.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that's important.
That's a very good turn.
Always forget about that.
So Libby's gone through. Yeah, Amy, are you gonna also get in? It's your turn. You don't have to.
Oh, well, I had a question about that. So this colonel is standing up, pointing a gun down at
Scarlet.
Scarlet, thank you. So does that mean, can I see him from down here? Like he's standing up at the edge of the building, right?
Yeah, I'll say yes. I mean, he's not hiding.
And I saw Scarlet fling herself over there.
So your attention would have been up there probably. Yeah.
Okay. I want to take a step to use the new car as cover. I don't know if that's like a short action, but then I want to try to shoot him.
Okay. Yeah. You don't need to take a short action because you're already kind of undercover.
Yeah.
So
would I need a short action to like mess with the settings at all, or can I kind of fiddle with those on the? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll just try to blind him then.
Okay. So that's a quick and shoot plus your hero die if you have any.
Okay. I think I have 2 hero dice. So I'll just re-roll one of these. Oh, you bastard. Oh, it is 2. Okay. I got 2.
All right. Great. So you actually get another hero die for next time.
Okay.
So the flash hits I guess from Scarlet's point of view, you can see the green flash comes back and blinds the colonel. He's a colonel, right?
Yeah.
He reels back. I think he probably expected this a bit because he saw the other soldiers come down, but he's dropped his guard against Scarlet and is now pursuing whoever has that damn light.
Great. Yeah, and so this one it wasn't ricocheted, it wasn't sprayed across a bunch of people. It was like all for your dumb face. Yeah.
And he's seeing flashes.
Yeah.
Eyes are trying to adjust.
Scarlet is going to take advantage of that 100%.
It's probably not what this device was designed to do, but it works real well.
Right.
It's actually the learning laser from Battlefield Earth.
Right. Yeah, it's there just to collect, how many molecules does this life form have? All right, we're back at the top. The soldiers are recovering. I need to put the colonel into the mix here. Oh, wait. How many dice does the colonel have?
None.
3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
probably just the 0. That sounds right to me.
6.
He's really bad at everything.
This is negative dice for some reason. I don't.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, character sheet doesn't lie.
I mean, you made the game, Chris, so we're trusting you.
He has 6 dice, and he rolled 3 6s on his initiative.
I want to X card that.
Yeah. I disagree with this.
So actual question is there any mechanic to spend a hero dice like against someone's rolls, something like that?
Not on. Well, it doesn't really work on initiative, but yeah, if you're going like say up to hand, or
There's like an interference thing that you can do. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Right. So what this means is he gets to go first. However, he's blind, so he is a colonel and kind of knows what he's doing, and he immediately drops down to get cover, and just fires his gun blindly. What that means, I mean, he's not going to hit Scarlet, but approaching him is going to be hard because there's bullets going.
Oh, because he's just
kind
like,
of just like
blam.
just to cover himself. And it's all happening very quick. He's going to be out of ammunition in just a moment, but he's kind of he's dropped down again, leaning against the wall of the ceiling, or the ceiling of the rooftop. So that means he's left Amy's viewpoint, but now he's facing Scarlet and just blindly shooting.
Checkmate.
Well, he underestimates how much Scarlet thinks his men are disposable or not.
Well, speaking of the men, they're next.
Yeah. The one is still in
So they have kind of recovered some of their senses. We have the one that is on the roof where you are is knocked out basically, but there is another roof with soldiers on it. Okay, I'm trying to remember how many dice I gave them. My brain is shutting down for some reason. All right, we have 2 successes. All right, so this is your point to decide. I do not think Scarlet is under fire from the soldier, so we're just dealing with those on the ground. Gunfire is happening. However, Libby is already under cover inside the car. I guess the only one exposed is Amelia. Are you still?
Well,
you're still kind of partially covered.
I wanted to go up to the car that Joe brought us, and like I'm kind of like have my hands on the top on the roof of the car,
right,
to make that long shot. But
okay.
I definitely am not in full cover.
Right, you all have cover against all the bullets except Amelia. I had enough successes that one of those is gonna put some stress on you.
Okay.
So you'll need to take a condition.
All right.
Unless you want to use a reaction to duck completely.
Are the conditions the catches?
Yeah, sorry, catches.
Okay.
I've been playing too many games this weekend.
So I was confused about the ones that give you dice.
Uh-huh.
What is that all about?
They all stack. So you can choose the one that gives you more dice, but then the next catch you have to pick might take more dice away, and eventually it all balances out.
Okay.
Until you're out of the scene. Okay. And it is a little, it's way different than other Free League games, but it's done because these are heroes in a pulp story, and so there might be ups and downs, but generally you get back up again.
Well, I was interpreting on the run as like, oh, I have to move.
Yeah.
Not like running for my life, but like.
Yeah, you have to get out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So I would like to take on the run, which just adds a regular normal die to whatever I do next.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That breaks my brain a little bit, but I'm into it.
Yeah, and that'll be in all of your pools until you recover.
Okay.
Now, if you take the next time, if you do a flip script, then you're going to lose a die from your pool. So it all balances out over time.
Yeah, it's all good. I think it makes sense.
Well, so I have 3 catches right now, and I've balanced out completely back to no dice.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't, if you take one more, you'll be out of the scene. Oh, 2 more, I guess. So where were you? So you basically can get into the car or duck down so that they're shooting the door.
Yeah, I think I would like just duck in because he had flipped all the doors open, right?
Right.
Yeah, I was picturing like standing in like the door was open and I was like in that opening and I would just be like, oh God, and like dive into the back seat.
Yeah, that was exactly how I saw it too. Okay. Yeah. All right, great. So you don't take you're able to get away, but you can't like take the shot you wanted.
Yeah. What was it? Libby and Ham in the back seat as well?
Yes.
Okay, I just dive across the both of them, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's big enough for the three of you. It's just
it is
crowded.
a 1930s sedan.
Yeah. Right.
Hello, Dr. Ear. Good to see you.
You as well. Is your friend all right?
He seems fine, yes. I think he's going to live another 60 years.
Well, all right. That's quite an assessment.
Okay, so gunfire, you're under fire. Did we skip somebody? Barry and Scarlet, did you get to move?
I haven't gone yet, no.
Okay, I skipped you and went directly over to. So yeah, sorry.
We get 2 turns now, right?
We'll figure it out, I guess. I don't know what's going on in my brain. I think I need more coffee. But let's get back to you. So which one of you wants to go first? Barry, you are in the car. Scarlet, you're dealing with this problem on the roof.
I think Barry's. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, perfect.
Oh no, you can go.
I was gonna say Barry's just gonna look over towards what Scarlet's doing and respond based on what he sees.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna use this soldier I have as my shield for the shooting.
Okay. Obviously.
Because Scarlet doesn't have, like, Scarlet was going to question them as, like, why are you shooting us as Americans? But Scarlet doesn't have a ton of, like, okay, Americans are shooting us. Frank Warden is here. So she's using him to approach Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to do a cool kick and knock Frank's gun out of his hand.
Yeah, it's going to take a turn to get to him this way.
I mean, better than getting shot, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't know that you need a roll for this. I mean, all you're doing is using a shield.
Yep.
To close the distance.
Yep. And seeing if he even cares that he's shooting his own man.
Well, he can't see. He might care later, but right now he's firing blindly. And this is probably it's only going to take a couple seconds for him to unload. It's probably a revolver.
Spend his rounds.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Yeah, that's working. You're able to close the distance, but then you're going to have to drop the body and do the kick next time.
Mm-hmm.
So Barry, you see what's happening kind of in silhouette.
Yep.
And it doesn't look good. I mean, she's using human shield to approach something. You can't see what she's approaching. And you can hear the gunfire. And you also know that adjacent to you are still more soldiers.
Yeah.
On top of the other building.
I am going to drive very, very quickly, but very expertly towards Scarlet so that she can do a jump down if she chooses to. But if not, the car is going to be moving very quickly. We're getting out of here.
Is this a convertible? Did I say it was?
I don't know that it is, but like she would like jump onto the roof and she's Black Widow. She can do that kind of stuff.
I just want to see if
How tall is the building?
3 stories. So action adventure height. It's fine. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
But Scarlet is a badass.
According to the dice, well, it doesn't make sense that it would be convertible. I'm going to redact that. I mean, you got the car specifically for cover, so never mind.
Well, my fingers are crossed that Amelia has to fire like the anti-gravity beam to help Scarlet when the jump goes poorly, because Amelia helping Scarlet is probably the most insulting thing that could happen.
Well, I know. I don't know if Scarlet's impressed Amelia.
Or not insulting, but upsetting. That's. I hope I get to help Scarlet.
Okay, so you're positioning it so that she has an exit.
Yes.
Back to the top, we have the Colonel has regained his vision. I need to know if his shooting actually did hit the soldier. So how should I do that? I'm going to roll my own luck. You can use luck if to roll to see if something you want to happen happens. And if you have luck dice, then you can use all of the dice that you have on your tracker. In this case, the Colonel only hasn't used luck yet, so I've only got 1 die. He is unlucky. So he has been shooting his soldier as you approached him, and he's out of ammo. However, he's enraged, so he just stands up and does a huge Colonel kick. Boom. And let's see if that does anything for you. No, he got no successes on that. So how did you want to, do you want him to miss, or do you want him to block him, or how do you want that to go?
Ooh, catch the kick, please.
Oh yeah, no. This is when I throw the body aside and catch that kick. I go, oh, it's like, oh, we're getting personal now. And I just toss the other guy and I catch the kick. Because I'm sure the other guy's not doing great right now.
No, he got shot.
So yeah, no, she stopped the kick and stares Frank dead in the eyes.
He does have the moment to say, "This is bigger than us." He's really angry and looks a little desperate. However, it is your turn, and Barry, I assume you're going to wait to hold your action until she does something, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I haven't.
I'm ready to gun it if we have to, but I'm giving her a moment to decide.
The other soldiers are shooting still, so if you stay here too long, it's going to start getting dangerous. But for this round, at least, the bullets.
I'm doing
are
like
hitting the
mini
car.
donut. I'm doing like mini donut. Like the car's never going to stop, but like.
So this might be fight, but I'm going to basically twist his leg and drop him down.
Definitely
and then
fight.
Stand above him and have him pinned down.
Okay. Yep. That's fight. He still has a short action, so he's going to try to block, which he feels to do. So all you need is a success.
I have a success. I got a 6. I got a success.
Okay, so it happens just as you described. He's pinned. You're standing
Okay.
over him. It was like an easy fight. And,
Yeah, of course it was.
he's a colonel, but okay.
Scarlet is just kind of standing above him like, you don't think I understand how deep this goes?
It's about the wars, director. It's about the war.
Once again, are you telling me anything I didn't know? And she's like, at this point, she's got a hand to his throat, like ready to. You just threatened me, and you are now going directly against the First Lady of the United States. You better have a good reason.
This is above her.
Is it? Exactly how so? Because
She doesn't weigh the threat. The president doesn't weigh the threat coming out of Europe. Nobody's weighing the threat. We have to do something. You're not going to get in my way.
It seems I'm already in your way.
There's still gunfire happening. You can hear the squealing down below and motion still going. So you have to make a decision at this point. We're at the top. I assume Barry's going to continue doing this. However, the bullets are starting to hit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this randomly. Well, let me first see if they do hit, because that was fiat. Okay, I'm sorry. No, the bullets don't start to hit, but I swear they will. They will if you don't change your behavior.
I'm gonna turn this whole game around. We're all going home.
So this will come back down to you, Scarlet. Are you what do you want to do with him? About him?
I'm gonna take a peek over and trust that Barry is over there, and I'm going to I'm going to toss the colonel down, and then I'm gonna jump down.
So you're gonna take your quarry?
Yeah, we're coming down.
All right, let's see how that goes. Actually, I think you're gonna need a roll for that.
Barry would like to assist by throwing his grapple up,
Oh,
so that they can rappel down it.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can do that because you go before her, so we you see what's happening. We're kind of messing with the rules a bit, but that's cool.
Cinema.
Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be feet
Mm.
because you're hoisting the man over the building.
Okay.
So that's grit and feet. I don't think we've rolled that one yet.
Okay. I have not a ton of feet, but I have some grit. So let's see what happens.
Just remember to lift with your legs.
I got a success.
Okay. All right. That was what you needed to roll, not your jump. So you land them on top of the car. Was that your goal?
Near the next to the car, so they can easily grab them and pull them in.
Okay. So
And
it's
not
it's raining kernels. Then Scarlet jumps down onto the car, and you're off. You make your escape. And I think that's probably where we'll stop because we're hitting 7 o'clock and I do need to close the game. So it is a bit short, but we got a late start. There's something that we forgot to do last time, and I'm not sure if we should. I want to ask you about getting experience for that one shot. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
we haven't talked about experience in a while.
Yeah.
It'd
It's
be
supposed to
really
happen.
funny. It'd be really funny if like we just remembered some experiences that we picked up 4 years in the past.
Right. That's why
Like,
I'm
oh,
thinking.
right,
do you
this
get
applies.
experience? Did you participate in the session? If your answer is yes, you get an experience for that. Any no's? Okay. Did you risk your life because of your ambition? We didn't really discuss ambition. So it might not have been on your radar.
I mean, my ambition is to be a really cool lady in spite of what society says.
Mm-hmm.
So did I do that?
Did you risk your life for that?
I mean, I jumped up on top of a building because I was jealous of my ex-girlfriends.
Well, that you did it because you were jealous.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I thought you were asking about for the Christmas episode. So
Oh no, I
Okay,
think a
for
Christmas
tonight.
episode we're not going to do experience because it was sort of a filler.
got it.
Filler, it was amazing.
It
Don't
was-
ride yourself down, Chris.
You're right. I need to. Yeah.
The only time I risked my life was to help out Ham.
Uh-huh.
which is-
Yeah. I do feel like I looked good throughout, but you know.
Yeah. Did you look good throughout? Oh wait, that's not a question. Didn't hear it. Did you perform an amazing act of some kind? I mean, I think you all did that multiple times. The game kind of forces you to.
So do we have more than one? Can we get more than one?
No, just one. Did you accomplish your mission's goal? No. You both had missions that you did not accomplish. Did you rescue somebody? Definitely Libby did. I would say that Barry did.
Is me?
I think
Scarlet unrescued the Colonel.
I
We abducted someone.
I ordered Lee to rescue Ham so that Ham was taken care of. And
I would have
risked
done,
getting
I would have done
shot.
that myself, and you know I would have. I think of other people first before I think of myself. Come on.
I think Amelia did because of the light show.
Did
going-
my laser blast specifically
Yeah.
rescue Scarlet?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, all right.
Because there was a gun to her head. I'm not saying that Scarlet is a damsel. I'm just saying that strategic, tactical gameplay meant. Yeah. So if you those are your questions for experience.
Okay.
As a reminder, if you have, you can spend the experience. So if you want to spend to increase your skill level, you can get new talents, etc. But many of you don't have enough for that yet.
I was able to answer yes to 5 of those questions. So do I take 5 XP?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
It costs 5 XP to learn a new talent. If you want to increase a skill level, you can spend equal to the skill level you want multiplied by 5. So if you
Okay.
don't have the skill, it'll just be 5.
And is there a limit based on like if you're not in your major?
Yeah, you can
your
you can
profession?
you can increase that.
Okay.
So,
Well, if you end up needing me in 2 weeks, I'll be happy to join you. But if we're back in the studio, I certainly don't want to take Eli's seat. So
we'll see. We'll just send an Amelia into extract, and we'll see if if she becomes a permanent part of the team.
We need to do like an Avengers thing where we get Arizona Jack back and just
Yeah, right. I already miss Arizona Jack.
And the Raptors.
Yeah, the Raptors need to come back.
What is this? Is it a pentangle? Like a love pentangle at this point? Like
it's a love pentacle. It's got Libby, Ruth, Scarlet, Amy, and Eleanor involved. So.
Yep. So, sorry, Jason.
5 sides are stronger than 4. I'm pretty sure I've heard that said. That old saying.
I just think we should end with Anton being raised by 5 moms.
Sitcom style.
I appreciated the Barry and his moms are talking.
That was good.
The moms of the group. Scarlet has, she was supposed to be this like really cool spy lady, and she can be, but she's also just like a deeply insecure lesbian who just wants to find love in the world.
Too much to ask.
That.
But aren't we all?
Okay, well, this has been Temples and Tombs. We finally made it to another session. We will be back in 2 weeks. I do not know what the date is because I do not have a calendar in front of me. So those of you that have calendars, you can do the math yourself.
30th.
Why, Chris? It's January 30th.
Oh, January 30th will be the date that we'll be back. We'll let you know if we're going to be in studio or not. We'll try to hit to the 4 o'clock time or maybe 4:30. That's all in the air. A lot's in the air, but we will be back. Why don't we exit with final, I guess they're not introductions anymore. Outroductions. Yeah. Let's go with Emily first.
Hey, everybody. I'm Emily St. James. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/EmilyBTW. And I have writing that appears all over the internet. This is the only game I'm playing at Happy Jacks right now, but maybe if you're lucky, I'll be in your game at home. I won't just show up in your house, I promise.
Wake up in the morning, Emily's standing over you. Okay.
We'll show up at the doorstep. Ding dong.
All right, Blythe.
Yeah, hello. I have been Blythe Kala. You can find me across the interwebs. That's Twitter, that's Insta, that's Twitch whenever I actually stream. All of that is Blythe Kala 93. That is BLYTHEKALA 93. What am I doing right now? I am in this game starting up in February. I think, depending on how pandemic things go, I will be joining the Scabby Rooster for Total Party Kill, where we play the bad guys. We play all of the monsters in the dungeon trying to kill the heroes instead of the other way around. It's very fun. It's a good time. You should join in. That's Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific. Other than that, I have been tweeting too much. It's a problem. But if you want to go listen to me talk about Star Wars or things I'm writing, you can tune in over there. I should have a comic that I just commissioned releasing pretty soon, so that's pretty fun. And hopefully a couple others on the way. So I'm super stoked.
Excellent. Joe?
Hi, y'all. I'm Joe, and I'm back to school, and my semester is going to be really, really heavy. All of that to say, I will be saying some very interesting things on social media as a stress relief kind of self-care. So if my takes are a bit hot, a bit more spicy than usual, I'm not apologizing. You're just gonna have to deal with it. You can follow me if you like Star Wars and mental health and talking about healthy attachment as adults or neurodiversity or ADHD. You can follow me on Facebook. I do a lot of that there. For geeky gaming stuff, if you want to see me make my next Star Wars helmet out of EVA foam, you can follow me on Joe Loves Stories or find me on Twitter. See you there.
Last but not least, Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay. For everything that I'm up to, I stream there on Sundays, running a Demigods game. On Fridays, I stream some video games with my friend Sam DeLev. And then I'm here on Happy Jacks most Mondays, not Sunday afternoon, but Mondays for The Drop. So that's pretty much everything I'm up to lately, and I'm just aggressively interested in everything Joe just listed. So I think I'm already following, but I'm going to double check.
Great. Well, thank you. It has been wonderful. This has been Christopher Gray. You can check me out at christopher.world, where I keep all of my stuff. And that is a wrap. We'll see you next time.
Tell a friend.